right, so we're in a new state. We've moved. All right, so we're in a new state. We've moved. And what are we doing? We're at Sam's Club. Of course, we've got to go shopping. But here's the thing. When we left back April 1st, that was the last time we saw Sam's Club. So, we're at Sam's Club. I'm super excited. Alright, so we just finished at Sam's Club. I know we've said it before on the channel. There's just something about being familiar with your stores, your places, and not having gone to Sam's in quite a few months. It just felt good. You know, you get attached to those products and certain things, whether it's Costco, Sam's, Fry's, Walmart, whatever it is. But anyway, we had a pretty good shopping trip. We're going to head home, put this away, and figure out what we're going to do.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, everybody?
I actually think it's afternoon.
It is after 1 o'clock.
1.
That's all right. So, hello. We are here in Layton, Utah. Actually, right now we're standing in Ogden, but we got here to Layton about a week ago. Pivot. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. We are doing a hike up here in the Wasatch Mountain up in Ogden, Utah. This is the Bonneville Shoreline Loop, which not quite sure why they call it the shoreline, because there's no shore here, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's a good hike so far. Yeah. So it rained all day yesterday,
and
on and off, and the day before. So it's a little humid, but we thought let's get on the trail while it's in the 70s because it's supposed to get up in the 80s later this week, and we're gonna get our hike on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good.
They say this could also be a bike trail, but since we've been hiking it, not so much. Lots of boulders, lots of loose rocks.
However, we've seen lots of bikers on it because they like that technical stuff. It's those technical bikers. We are not quite that technical, so
nope, not yet.
Not yet. But
all right, we're just enjoying these beautiful views up here. I mean, you can see all of Ogden and Layton and all the way down into Salt Lake City. I mean, it's beautiful up here. It
is. It's beautiful. There's a light breeze, and everything smells fresh because of the rain. So yeah, it's been good.
Yep. Not quite sure how long the total hike is going to be because it branches off in different places and we make different turns. Thankfully, we have all trails, so it's keeping us on track for the most part. But once we get done, we'll let you know how far the hike was and how many miles we did and elevation gain and all that.
And maybe what we think about all trails, because this is our first time using it. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Alrighty, here we go. Alright, so we're all done with the Bonneville Shoreline Loop Trail, and there was no shore.
Yeah, it's like a lot of trails that meet into each other. I'm actually glad we had the All Trails app because it could get a little confusing. I mean, it's marked.
Yes.
But there's parts that you're just like, wait, do I go down this one or this one? Because there's so many different trails that flow into each other.
Absolutely. We took some pictures of some different trail names. We're going to go home and look them up. A couple of them look like they were better for bike trails, so we're not sure. So we went 2.9 miles on a loop, and you kind of loop up near the end, and then you kind of follow your same initial trail going up. So it's not a true loop, but part of it does loop. But it was good. A little over 500 feet of elevation gain. And for us, we've only done one hike probably in the last couple months because of where we were and weather and some different issues. So this is a perfect hike to kind of get our groove back.
Yeah, it could possibly also be because we were riding our bikes a lot.
We were riding our bikes a lot in Coeur d'Alene.
I'm just kidding.
Well, the thing about when we were in Post Falls is the bike trail was right there. The closest hiking trail, we would have had to drive for quite a while. And honestly, it was warm in Post Falls.
Yeah. So
you can ride your bikes when the weather's warmer because you're moving faster and everything else. When you're hiking, you really don't want to be hiking in that warmer weather. So we spent a month pretty much riding our bikes almost every day.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works. We get out and get going. It doesn't, you know, but you also, sometimes you don't know when you're going on a hiking trail what your body's going to be able to handle if you haven't been going. So it was good. It had some inclines. Yeah. And then pretty much the whole way back is more downhill. Yeah. But they're gradual. It's not super hard. I think they label it a moderate. Right. It, you know, you just got to watch. There are some rocks and stuff, but it's not terrible at all.
A lot of dog poop along the trail.
And we read that on L Trails, and they were not lying.
Yeah, a lot of the reviews were just tons of dog poop along the trail, and
it's a shame because it's so much that actually you smell it. Yes. Like you know when you're going to come up on a bunch of dog poop. So I don't understand that. There are poop bags everywhere. And places to throw that away. So I don't get that. But people are just lazy. They just, I don't know. They just go and let the dogs go. Or they think they're one with nature. I don't know. Yeah. I really don't know.
If you want to let your dog go, you know, a few feet off the trail into the bushes, I don't have a problem with that. But right in the middle of the trail...
Or even on the sides, because that's what it ends up landing. But whatever, it is what it is. All trails did not lie. Lots of dog poop.
Yeah, so all right. Well, first hike in Utah out of the way. Yeah. We're going to be here for a while, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more to do. And
we're going to explore, see where different hikes and biking trails are. And
a lot of different things than we've done in the past. Yeah.
So just enjoy our time.
Yep, stay tuned.
Here we go, pivot.
All right, so just like Ross Geller said in Friends, pivot. For those of you guys that have been watching the channel for a while, you know that our original plan was to head to Custer, South Dakota after we left Island Park. Well, a few things changed our mind. I was sitting in the RV park talking to the neighbor, and he was talking about how we had to leave tomorrow and get back to work, and we're just BSing, you know, like you do in RV parks. And I said, oh, where do you live? And he said, oh, I live in Salt Lake City. He goes, I gotta leave in the morning, I get to work on Monday. So I just asked him, I said, how far is it from here to Salt Lake City? And he said, barely 4 hours. So that got me thinking about what we were planning on doing, because I knew when we left Island Park to go to Custer, it was going to be like 2 6-hour drive days to get all the way to Custer. It was well over 600 miles. So I went back in the RV, started talking to Larica, pulled out RV Trip Wizard, started looking at a map, and realized, I don't know why I didn't realize it to begin with, from where we were in Island Park to Custer, and then to turn around and go from Custer back here to Layton, which was the original plan, that was going to be 4 drive days, upwards of 1,300 miles, and a ton of fuel and a bunch of stuff like that. Now, we have been to Custer before, so it's not like we're missing out on anything. And we did have some personal things to take care of that were coming up. So I just said, hey, what do you think about if we just skip Custer, drive straight to Layton? Like I said, it was only 4 hours away, save 1,200 miles and a ton of gas, save a few bucks, and then take care of some personal issues that we had to take care of. So I called the RV park here, Valley View in Layton, asked them if we could come in a month early, and they said sure. The cost for the month in Custer and the month here was negligible, so we figured, you know, let's save some money. I mean, we do have a wedding coming up at the beginning of next year, so every little bit helps, and we're just living. So that's why we are here in Layton for 2 months, and we are so looking forward to it, and we hope you guys enjoy it too. All right, so I got a little issue. Those of you guys that have been watching the channel for a while, you know that we carry our e-bikes on a rack on the back of the RV. We got the rack about a year ago. Well, the rack has this screw-on bolt that screws on into the hitch and locks the whole thing in place. Well, we get here to Utah, and I tried taking the rack off of the receiver with my socket wrench, and I'm taking it off, and lo and behold, the bolt snapped. I don't know what's going on. It had been getting stuck a little bit when I had it on the truck when we went up to Hiawatha. Part of me is thinking that when we were parked in the parking lot of Hiawatha, somebody might have bumped the rack and just barely bent the bolt or something. I'm not quite sure. The bolt looks like this. It's threaded on one side, it goes through, then it has either the cotter pin or a lock on the other side. And for some reason, it was super hard to tighten down in when we left Idaho. And when we got here, it would not come out and the bolt snapped. So what that means is I've got part of the bike rack stuck on the RV. So doing some research and everything else, so I had to go and order a 1/2-inch cobalt drill bit to drill through the metal pin, the metal bolt, and basically drill it out. So that's what we're doing today, and then once I get that done, I'll be able to slide the shank back out of the hitch, and I'm probably going to have to order a new hitch. So here we go, more projects. You can see the bolt, something inside there sheared, so I had to use the angle grinder, cut the other side off, and then just drill it out to the point where there was enough room to get it out through there. All right, so it's been about 4 months since we got our Blu Tech water system. Today is September 1st, and if I remember right, we installed this on May 1st, so exactly 4 months, and it's time to replace the filters. So first thing we have to do is actually take the system out of the bag. All right, so after you get all of the canisters off, you can see the old filters, how dirty and dingy they are, and here's what the new ones look like. So you can I wish you guys could see the look on Larika's face, the difference. This is the first filter, the longevity one, where this is the initial filter. When all the water comes through, the majority of your big particulates are blocked with this one. This next one here is the 0.2 micron filter that gets out pretty much all the rest of all the gunk. And then this last one here is the tasty filter, which this is actually the outside, so you really can't see what the inside looks like. But if you kind of look through here, there is quite a difference. So you can see 4 months. Blu Tech says that it'll last between 3 and 4 months. I don't think the water's really tasted any different coming up on 4 months. The water flow's been a little bit slower, so 4 months was the max, and I knew we were going to be due for it. So I'm glad we're doing this. First thing you want to do though, after you take out your old filters, is clean out the inside of the canisters, because like the longevity one, this has got some sediment inside it and everything else. All right, like I said, just wipe all this down. All the filters are back in. Let's go hook it back up. Now that that's done, and because of the way we keep ours, we have to take it apart again. Just taking off the hoses, put it back in the bag. Now, if all you have is this bag for yours, it's completely fine. We know plenty of people that just keep their bag like this, sitting underneath their RV with the hoses coming in and out of it. And that's fine for most people. I just like keeping it in a plastic tote for sprinklers. I mean, look at the size of this from the sprinklers at all these different RV parks. So I would much rather keep it in there, keep it out of the weather and everything else. So then I take the bag, put it back in here. redo the hoses. Put the lid back on it. And slide that back under. And then I just coil back up the excess hose. This is a 50-foot 0G hose, so we won't ever have an issue with not having enough hose. And one last thing I like to do is I like to prime all the hoses. So I'll go turn the water on again for a second until water starts coming out of here, and then turn it off and then attach it so I don't have air in the lines. Double check, no leaks. We already checked the filter, and that's it. That's how you change all your filter system in your Blu Tech water filtration. Now the only thing we'll do is we'll go inside, turn on the kitchen sink for a minute or two, let that run through, but we've done that several times, so that's it. If you guys are interested in Blu Tech, we do have a discount code down below in our description.